Welcome back to On the Branch.
Welcome back to we were
Randomizer.
just here yesterday.
We were here like a week ago because we did the Christmas episodes.
Oh, Christmas happened already?
Yeah, Christmas happened.
Christmas just came and went.
I mean, we haven't recorded it yet, but it happened.
Yay! I love Christmas.
Because no one it's already bad enough that we came back to do the second session the next day. Because I'm sure you remember everything that you were in the middle of, right?
Yeah, I totally didn't look back at what I did already. You
did? Give yourself a refresher,
Yeah, never mind the fact that 4 races ran today, and I had to help out with 3 of them.
Maybe we should have been using a tracker for this series.
No, it's fine.
We haven't really explained well what a tracker is. I guess everyone's been seeing it on the side for 6 episodes.
It's like that,
now.
but more complicated.
Yeah, the one you use.
Yeah.
Oh, are you not showing the whole map one? You're just showing the items.
Yeah, I just do the item one because there's not enough screen space to show the map.
Okay. Yeah. So you have that.
I can
plus
poke
there's
in
the
map so people can see what the map is.
If you feel like it, you can just overlay it over the entire screen.
Yeah.
Just
for a second.
Toss in a transparency if people want to see the lizards run around this room. Who cares? It's very important that people know the reason you come up here is to open up that light, because the guy who lives in this house in the light world gives you a clue. Hey, there used to be a crime boss that lived here. He didn't like light very much, so you're supposed to figure out that you're supposed to pick up and throw a bomb, a thing that you're never explicitly told you can do in this game.
Given.
Yeah.
You just find bombs.
Yeah. You're supposed to pick up and throw a bomb at it, and then...
Wait a minute.
That lets the light shine down, and then you drag the maiden here that's a fake maiden, and thus he reveals he's actually, or she is. Do we ever get a gender for blind?
I've always just assumed that blind is actually a girl.
Okay, because she wears that big muumuu. It's a big white muumuu.
Humu?
You know what a muumuu is, right?
A muumuu?
Yeah, the piece of clothing.
No.
It's like a big, giant light
Pajamas?
dress. It originates from Hawaii. It's those big, giant, loose dresses that just fit over everything. You do not know what I'm talking about.
Nope.
You can look it up. You can look it up at home, too, because I know you already know what a muumuu is at home, because you're not...
You're not me.
Yeah. Because you didn't learn about that article of clothing when you were 6 years old like the rest of us, I guess.
Hey, Quake.
But yeah, you usually use a tracker. It helps with the game. Oh yeah, we mentioned the voice tracker a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you used it. I felt like we just didn't bring it up. Anyway, so what's happened in the last 24 hours since we were in the middle of this?
Like I said, we just casted a bunch of freaking tournament matches in the last 24 hours.
Oh, you did, yeah, not me.
Yeah.
Burrito.
We got someone set up that does a lot of the restreaming and stuff for other channels, and they've been wanting to help out more because I guess they have a lot of free time. Right. So it's we went from doing 1 restream maybe every couple days to we did 5 today.
Wow. And there were enough people willing to commentate?
Yeah.
Cool. I feel like there's even a value to restreaming up to 4, even if there's no commentary, because there's other than what we were talking about the other day about how then people aren't watching the original streams, but multi-stream is just so clunky once you get past 2. Multi-stream being that service that lets you watch multiple Twitch streams at once. Yeah, it looks kind of feminine. But yeah, it's a big, light, flowy dress, right? It's kind of just like a big, almost like a toga.
Kind of.
Yeah. Like a flowy toga. A floga.
Floga?
A floga. So, okay, what happened in my life...
There's 6 strats going on here right now to not take damage.
Somehow I found the time in the last day to watch all of Shazam, the movie. It's a pretty good movie. And the first episode of Westworld. So I'm gonna talk about those today, okay? Is that okay?
What is Westworld?
You've been wanting me to carry this series anyway because playing video games is hard. You don't know what Westworld is?
I've never heard of it.
Okay, let's go through Shazam first, okay?
Okay.
So Shazam is a DC Universe superhero. DC Comics. Yeah, he's a DC superhero. They had a movie in 2019. Yeah, it was April of 2019. I just finally got around to watching it, and it's pretty okay. I have my complaints. It's 2 hours long when it should be 90 minutes long, and I know exactly where I would cut. I could just watch through the movie and tell you what scenes and what shots could get cut, and you could cut it down to 90 minutes, and it would be a better movie for it. But it was still fun and very entertaining. And then there's still a good movie in there. It's just not its best possible movie.
Okay.
But you and Jamie would hate it because there's too much cringe.
And we just hate cringe.
Yeah, and the story, there is a narrative, but it's not that strong. So, whatevs.
Okay. I think I've done all that. So.
Yeah, there's not much to it. I mean, I can review the movie real quick here. It's extremely funny. It's extremely well acted from all the cast. Jamie's, one of her complaints is that he's 14 in this and not 8 like he is in the original story.
Like he's supposed to be in the comic?
Yeah. And I would say you cannot get an 8-year-old to act that script. Granted, you could always say, well, then the script should be different. But they probably wrote a script with an 8-year-old Billy, and it just wasn't.
Didn't work.
It probably just didn't work. This was probably the best script they could get out. Because honestly, this is the best DC movie since... I mean, it's probably on par with Dark Knight Rises. Like, Dark Knight Rises was only good, and this is a good movie as well. So, yeah. It's like best DC movie in, like, what, 7-8 years? Something like that.
What about Wonder Woman? I thought Wonder Woman was pretty good.
Oh yeah, Wonder Woman was really good. I forgot that Wonder Woman was DC. It's so good. I mean, Wonder Woman had its own problems.
Wonder Woman into Marvel.
The villain was pretty lame in Wonder Woman. The villain in Shazam was actually better. They spent too long setting him up. 20 of the first 30 minutes just sets up the bad guy, and I think that's wow. That was totally worth getting a green pennant for.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, I would say it's on HBO Go. That's how I found it. I just was like scrolling through, like, oh hey, this is a movie I meant to watch 6 months ago, and I know no one's ever gonna watch it with me.
Because it's meh.
Yeah, and that's why I started watching Westworld. It was between that and Game of Thrones. Those are both HBO shows. Westworld is, well, let me start with the writers of Westworld feel that they are very clever, and they want you to know how clever they are. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but in the first episode, there's something like a dozen allusions to the science fiction story Player Piano by Isaac Asimov, if you've ever heard of it.
No.
Okay, well, think about the term player piano and how at the turn of the 20th century, that might be the analogy people make to describe how robots would work to people. You know, in fact...
Okay, yeah.
Like, it was actually in reference to robots, the title. You know, it's an automated thing.
God damn it.
We could have gotten that a while ago.
Yeah, at about like 5 minutes in.
Yeah. Well, you're going to get the other one and... Oh, get your Fury swipes in there?
Get my anger out.
Yeah. Okay, so the plot of Westworld is... It is some indeterminate time in the future, probably about 100 years from now. And Westworld is this outdoor theme park in the middle of New Mexico or Arizona or wherever, where everybody that lives there is a robot, and you can do whatever the fuck you want to them. Like,
okay.
Like 100 rich people come into this town of 1,000 robots once a week, and they have and it's kind of Majora's Masky. Like, there's a script, but they deviate from it a little bit.
I think I've seen like little bits of this,
or you've heard it talked about a lot, and it's pretty common sci-fi concepts. None of this is crazy.
Like, I think I've like seen or glanced at like part of an episode. Like, this is sounding familiar.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and the first episode is incredibly repetitive on purpose because it wants to get you in the mindset of, oh, these robots go through this every week and they're starting to have feelings, etc. Like, this is not a huge spoiler because everybody knows this about the show. The robots start having feelings and emotion in their life, right? Like, that's obviously where the show was going to go from as soon as I started describing to you. Yeah, and it's a Western setting. It's an old Western town, so you can go in, you can fuck some hookers, you can go, to the saloon. You can be a bad guy. You can be a good guy. Like that. You can run the what? I can't say what?
You can't say the H word like that.
What was the H word?
Hookers.
No.
They're whores.
Yeah, they are whores. I suppose. But anyway, they even have rules like kids can't cross the river because there's more adult content across the river that they would automatically be exposed to. Overall, great show so far. I mean, one episode in, so who knows? It could tank horribly. Game of Thrones did. That's why I decided to watch Westworld instead, is I've been warned that Game of Thrones ends very poorly the last 2 or 3 seasons.
Because it's not written by the original writer.
The last 2 or 3 seasons are not good. And everyone was hoping it would get redeemed, and it just got worse and worse. So I'm glad I didn't... I'm glad if I never watched the movie, and if I ever want to enjoy Song of Ice and Fire, I'll do it through the books. Even audiobooks would be preferable to watching the movie. Oh yeah, you already killed Mothula.
No, I haven't, because I haven't had a sword.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, I saw you burn his the elephant trunk down. That's right. You got to where you could get to Mothula if you'd had a sword. So cool. Maybe Mothula's got another sword.
Yeah, probably, right? I mean, there has to be at least one more somewhere.
My biggest complaint with Westworld is not with the show itself. It's with human beings. Because I know in real life, that's probably the first theme park that would get made is a Wild West one. And I just don't get it. The Wild West is the most dull, boring setting imaginable
right?
For a narrative. And it's just so You know, if you're not in the States, can you please comment down below? I'm sorry we have so many call to actions this series, but I really legitimately want to know.
Have to know.
Do people outside of the United States enjoy Westerns? Because it seems like a good 50% of people in the United States do, and I just don't understand it. Oh, are you going the long way here to pick up goodies?
Like health and stuff.
Yeah. There's a shortcut through there that takes 5 seconds. Gamers. So yeah, my big complaint is, god damn it, that's how it would be in real life. It would be that setting first. I'm like, what? Why do we have to cater to people's incredibly specific niche interests? Like, if I had this technology, I would just set up a sci-fi dystopia where you get abducted by tentacle monsters and raped alongside a bunch of girls. Like, but, you know, super common. Everybody wants that, right?
Normal stuff.
Yeah, normal stuff. But no, they have to make it a Western.
Of course. Stupid Westerns.
Next time on the branch, Amarith, we're gonna fight Mothula.
I swear by the beak upon my face, I will stand and fight for the Maverick cause. But tonight we wait for the hologram of Santa Claus.